We had a storm. Blew a barn door off and some 2 or 3 gates open. And it kind of let up, and I had caught the horse and saddled her up. I was going to try to get the cattle back up. It had gotten out. And I had a radio playing. I never paid any attention to the storm warning, but I had a radio playing in the shop, and it said tornado warning for northern Madison County. And I thought, well, that's me. And I called Evan, and I said, tornado warning. He said, he kind of made fun of me. He said, it looked like it might rain. I come in and got a shower, took a shower just had gotten out, and Brother John called. I just got out. I had talked to the phone. He said they got tornado warning. Well, that's all. They had that little storm this afternoon. It's nothing bad now.
We had this old black dog that was a Labrador, and never came in the house. He's just a farm dog. And he says, old Blackie is acting very nervous. He happened to notice that. And he said, so he went to look out at the cloud, and old Blackie tried to get in the house. Never tried to get in the house. So I think the dog sensed there was danger.
I did not see no funnel cloud, but it was the blackest cloud right on the ground. You could just see stuff rolling out of it.
I just saw a line of smoke is what I thought I was watching. And as I was talking, it kept moving. And I watched it for a couple seconds, I guess, and it kept moving. And it was moving that way.
She saw it. She was fixing to leave my buddy's house, and she saw it coming toward the school from right there by the golf course. It was going through power lines, and so she jumps in the car and comes driving to the school real fast. And she comes in the door, and we're running up down the floor playing ball.
No, my husband's out there, I need to get out there and warn him. And as I drove that way, I watched it out of the corner of my eye, and I was feeling like I'm trying to outrun it. And when I turned in to the parking lot, it almost looked like it was going to bypass the school.
We go around, we'd run all the way around the back of the gym to see it, and it was coming across that road. I'm telling you, it looked just like that Tiger Paw commercial they used to do for tires. It looked awful.
I can remember coming back home and at the exit where Whitehall School is, seeing road graders and backhoes and stuff out in the road, and thought that looked kind of strange.
I believe I'm going to have Mr. Neal take it down in the morning and send it back and ask for a replacement that actually works, because it's just not really supposed to work that way. Little did we know it was working perfectly, because before a storm like that, the barometric pressure does indeed drop quite a bit.
The wind was so bad that it just stopped the Volkswagen going downhill. It stopped it.
I started the car up, started to back up. You could just feel the car do this. Then all of a sudden, just like you pushed us right into the ground.
I know some pictures I've seen that were taken of the tornado from the top of Commonwealth Hall. Some students took those pictures, and you could see it. I think it was like 9 or 10 miles away, but the sky was just foreboding, and you could see the funnel.
I started scanning, but I was going to do my job. I was scared that, oh my God, it's happening again. I told them that, I had some images of that tornado here, and that the last one was really, really great. And that I did not I told them very straightforward, I did not take the pictures. I told them very bluntly, in writing, I didn't take the pictures.
It was about a half a mile or a mile from us, and you could see boards fly out, and it would suck them in.
There's a car standing up on the bumper, just straight up. And then there's telephone lines that are down. And I said to my daughter, I says, you know what? It looks like a tornado went through here.
We come across another driver he drove the roadway, and he said, "Yeah, I heard there was 4 people down at Red House that got killed, and that's where we lived, and that's where 4 of our family members were still at." So that kind of put a little more pressure on him. We gotta get home and find out what's going on.
You know, you saw cattle in trees. You saw a fence post driven through a cow like a stake. You saw cars flipped up, wedged into trees, upside down.
2 cops standing there. So they opened the door up back in the hall, and I seen some people laying back there in the hallway. So I started back through there, and he said, "No, you can't go there." So I told him, I said, "Look, my mom and dad, I think they're up here." And he said, "Well, you just stay there, I'll find out." So he come back and he told me, he said, "Yeah, let's see them and they're dead." And I said, "Can I see them?" He said, "No, you don't ever see them."
It was an experience you didn't have time to get scared. To be honest with you, you didn't have time to get scared.